If you have been avoiding doing videos to promote your small business on social media, or perhaps you've been trying to do some talking head videos, but you're just not getting much engagement, consider trying a green screen video. This is the digital green screen feature right inside the Instagram app. You can see I can switch out my background very easily. It's prompting me to adjust myself. I can change the size of my face. I can move myself around anywhere on the screen. So stick around and I'll show you how to use this step by step. You don't need any special equipment to do this. All you need is a smartphone and the Instagram app. You can create your content within the Instagram app, and then you can actually download it to your smartphone so that you can edit it further in any editing program of your choice. And of course, you'll be able to share it on any social network you like. Here we are in the Instagram app on the Home tab, and we need to access the Reels camera by creating a new post. Let's click the plus sign in the top left-hand corner. Look down in the bottom here, you'll see the different post types. We have our classic post, story, and Reels. So make sure you have selected Reel as the post type, and from here you will see the camera icon. So you can click on the camera icon to get into the Reels camera to record your content, or you can simply swipe down and on your screen here, and that opens up the Reels camera. You can see all the functions on the right hand side. We can access the green screen function by tapping on green screen. And you can see it will automatically pull in some photos from your camera roll here just below my face. And if you're not seeing the exact photo that you want to use, you can also click the plus sign on the left to open up your photo roll, and then it will show you all your photos here. Oops. Let's tap on these photos. You can see it very easily lets me choose whichever photo I want as my background. Let's I'm going to pick this nice ocean scene behind me here. It was also, as you might have noticed, prompting me to adjust the size of my face, my person. So we're going to take two fingers here and we're going to gently place them on the screen on my body, and sliding the fingers together, you can make yourself really quite tiny, or if you slide the fingers away from one another, you can make yourself larger. So you can adjust your size. And again, that's one thing I love. I don't love doing videos, honestly. Even still, I'm willing to do them, but they're not my favorite to do. So if I can make my face really small on the screen, so the focus is not necessarily on me, it's on the content, the tips I'm trying to teach, or the story I'm trying to tell, I prefer that. So once you're happy with the size you've made yourself with the two fingers, next you can take one finger and position yourself on the screen. So I'm gonna maybe make myself just a little smaller there, and one finger moving myself right down here. I often put myself kind of in the bottom left-hand corner here. You also want to make sure you don't place your face anywhere that's outside of the safe zone, right? So kind of where I'm wiggling around in here, this is kind of the safe zone. So we don't want to have our face covered up, with the caption at the bottom or the like, comment, share function in the bottom right-hand corner. So once you have positioned yourself in a place where you're happy, okay, now it's time to start recording our videos. So the big circle at the very bottom of your screen is your start and stop record function. So let's go ahead and record our first example video here. So I'm going to tap on the circle, and we are officially recording. You can see the pink line is advancing around the circle. You can see in the top right-hand corner, it's showing how much of our time we have filmed so far. It is defaulting to 20 minutes. So you can potentially film up to 20 minutes, though you're not gonna likely film that long in this function, but it can be as short or up to 20 minutes as you wish. Once you're done your recording, we're gonna click the button again to stop. Okay, and then notice in the very bottom left-hand corner, it's showing the first clip we've recorded. So that first clip I may or may not use. Let me record a second clip. Let's try it one more time here. So I'm gonna tap my finger on the circle. Hi, I'm Juhli Selby with Sandhi Social Marketing Training, and this is a demonstration video to show you how to record content in the green screen function of the Instagram Reels camera. stop. Okay, so I was just kind of rambling on with that first take, and that's not a take that I want to use. So if I wanted to go back in, notice in those two clips in the very bottom left-hand corner, there's a tiny little X in the top right-hand corner of each clip. So for example, I know I'm not going to use that first clip that I recorded, so I'm going to gently tap my finger toward the very top of that little tiny clip. It's very small, a little tricky. And you should see a discard function appear or delete. So I'm going to click delete. So when you're recording, I love this ability to start and stop the camera. You might forget what you want to say. You might want to take a pause and look down at your notes and see what your bullet point notes were. You might need to take a little break because you need a drink and you need to take a sip of water, or just gather your thoughts. So I love this ability to stop and start when you're recording. Once you have recorded a few takes, so even let's imagine you had a video where there was like a part 1, part 2, part 3. So maybe you want to do 2 or 3 takes of part 1. So let's record another take here. I'm going to hit the circle to record. Hi, I'm Juhli Selby with Sandhi Social Marketing Training, and this is a short demonstration video on the Instagram Reels green screen function, so you can record videos to engage your audience, mix up your backgrounds endlessly in the comfort of your own home. Okay, I'm going to click stop there. So that take wasn't too bad. I'm not sure if I like that first take or the second take. So again, you might do 2 or 3 takes of the first part of your video that you want to make, your first point you want to make, and then be sure to download the content as you're going along. Don't spend 20 minutes, up to 20 minutes recording, because Instagram does glitch sometimes. So you do want to download. So let's show you how to download your video that you've just recorded. Again, once you download this video, you can edit it wherever you like. You can do your editing on any program on your phone or any program on your desktop computer, and you can share your content to any social channels that you like. So it's amazing to be able to use this tool in Instagram as a creative tool to create content to share anywhere you like. So to download, let's click next. And I'm going to tap the screen here to hit pause. Now it's a little tricky. You got to just slide your finger over to the far right and you'll see the download function in the bottom right hand corner. Let's just click download here and voila, it has now saved to my camera roll. So maybe be sure the first couple of times you're doing this just to kind of exit the app, go to your camera roll, just make sure that you do see that video content downloaded to your phone so that you have it. Okay, so I'm going to click the back in the top left hand corner. I'm back in here now. So if I want to start recording part 2, and I want to, you can keep the same background, or maybe you want to mix it up. Maybe I want to go ahead and change my background. Again, when you change the visual, it keeps people engaged. So maybe I want to put myself in a different spot. Maybe I put myself up in the top left-hand corner this time, okay? Do be sure, we still have those original 2 clips in the bottom left-hand corner. So before you start to record part 2 of your video, be sure to tap your finger on those and just download those 2 clips. And then you got a clean slate and you're ready to go ahead and record part 2. So just repeat that process. We're going to click the circle. Hi, I'm Juhli Selby with Sandhi Social Marketing Training, and now I'm telling you about, actually I wouldn't have done the introduction again. Let's delete that take. Let's go stop. If it's part 2, I wouldn't have recorded the introduction. So I'm going to tap on that clip and discard. Let's try that again. Here I go with part 2 of my video, telling you all about the benefits of using green screen and how you can mix things up and have a million different background options. And stop. Okay, so you whatever part 2 is, or tip number 2, point number 2, you can record 2 or 3 takes. I do try to limit myself. I would warn you. I have in the past been a perfectionist, and I would do 6 or more takes of something, and that ends up being a nightmare and takes you so much time when you're editing. So do try and limit yourself to 2 or 3 takes. But once you've recorded a couple of takes, again, hit next in the bottom right hand corner, and I'm going to tap the screen to pause. Okay, oh, did I pause? Yeah, there we go. Tap the screen to pause and slide over to the very right hand side, and then hit that download function. and now you are downloading that content right to your phone. I'm going to hit the back arrow here. One quick warning I want to share is do not add any of Instagram's commercial music in here to your project before you download it, because it will strip out the sound, okay? So if you are going to share this content directly to Instagram or Facebook from here, then at the very end, before you share it on Instagram or Facebook, then is the time to add your music to the project. But do be sure to download that clean copy of your video content without any music on it, so that you do have it to be able to edit wherever you want and be able to share that video content anywhere you want. One last tip I want to share here is that for those who know me, I love using my digital beauty filters, but this green screen is a digital filter within the Instagram Reels function here. So unfortunately, you cannot use both the digital beauty filter with the green screen filter. However, Instagram has added a touch-up feature, which you will see in the right-hand corner here. It looks like the little magic wand. So you can, I found it's a little bit hit and miss. This is a function that they added in their Instagram Reels, their Instagram Edits app. And they have now since added it here, right in the main Instagram app. So you can tap on this little beauty filter, they call it touch up, and there's a little slider. So you can adjust kind of how much. I usually go like maybe 3/4 of the way there. So you can play with that and turn that on. At least that's a little bit of skin smoothing that you can use while you're recording your videos with the green screen function. Or of course, as we've just shown you, you can make yourself really small on the screen, and then it doesn't matter quite as much that the skin doesn't look perfect. Now you can make your own green screen style videos, and you have endless options for mixing up your backgrounds to help engage your audience. I'm Juhli Selby with Sandhi Social Marketing Training. Thanks for watching.